Hello students, hope you are all watching and learning all the classes on time. Now we can enter into our today's class. Today we are going to learn exercise 5.2, the two questions, that is question number 6 and 7. After learning these two questions, we can see the detail about the conics, that is a parametric form of conics and also tangent and normal to the conics. Now exercise 5.2, question number 6. Prove that the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1 is 2b square by a. Okay? Yes, now we can find out the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola. For that, you have to consider the equation of the hyperbola. It is given already in the question. Suppose if they are not given also, you should write the standard form with the center at origin. Okay? Now it passes through, see here it passes through focus AE, 0. And also if you take this height as y1 means this point becomes, see the horizontal distance is AE and this vertical distance is y1 means the point is AE, y1. So this lattice rectum L dash is passing through the point L, that is AE, y1. So if the hyperbola passes through L means we can substitute that point on the equation. So here I substitute x value as, see in this x value I substitute AE and y value we can substitute y1. So the equation becomes x square is AE the whole square by a square minus y1 square by b square is equal to 1. By simplifying this equation you will get the length of y1. See above the x-axis it is y1 means below the x-axis also it is y1 because hyperbola is symmetric about x-axis. So first half if you get means we can multiply with 2 to get the total length. Okay. So just find y1 from this equation. Just to solve this one, AE the whole square is a square e square, so that this get cancelled and we have minus y1 square by b square is equal to 1 minus e square. I am taking this e square to the right side. Okay. Now just to substitute the value of e square. E is eccentricity. It is root of a square plus b square by a square. Now we have square. So no need to write the square root. Okay. So I am applying that one. So it becomes minus y1 square by b square is equal to 1 minus e square value is a square plus b square by a square. So just simplify this, 1 minus a square by, multiply this minus inside. So it is minus, I am separating this denominator also. So minus a square by a square and multiplying this b minus with b square, it is minus b square by a square. Okay. So that this a square get cancelled, it becomes 1. What is 1 minus 1? 0. So we have only this term, that is minus b square by a square, which is minus y1 square by b square. Okay. Now this minus also get cancelled. Now y1 square is equal to, take this b square to the right side. Already we have one more b square. It becomes b power 4 by a square. Now take the square root. It is y1 is equal to b power 4 becomes b square. A square becomes a. When you take the square root, this b power 4 by a square becomes b square by a. See the length of semi-lattice rectum is y1, that is b square by a. Then the total length of lattice rectum will be 2y1 and it is equal to 2b square by a. Okay. The same like this we can also find the length of the lattice rectum of ellipse also. Then you should consider the equation of ellipse and you can substitute the same point on it. You will get the same answer as 2b square by a. See, I will show you for last line. You should write like this. It is y1 is equal to b square by a means total length of lattice rectum L dash is equal to 2y1, which is nothing but 2b square by a. Question number 7. Show that the absolute value of difference of the focal distance of any point on the hyperbola is the length of the transverse axis. Already you know this property. It is fp and f dash p. The difference between these two length is always equal to 2a. Okay, this only we are going to prove in this sum. Yes, first let's see the diagram. In this diagram, you can see the distance SP and S dash P. Okay, and here I showed the length PM and PM dash. Okay, already you know that the ratio of SP by PM is equal to E. So this is SP and PM is eccentricity E, and also you have S dash P and PM dash. See, this is PM dash. That also S dash P and PM dash, if you write, means that also your eccentricity. Understood? See, you can see this distance in this diagram. Okay. Now, what is the distance between M dash? See, this D dash is your directrix. So, distance from the origin to this directrix is A by E. And this side also it is A by E. So the total distance between M dash is 2A by E. Understood? Always the distance from the origin to the directrix is A by E. That's why we are writing the equation of directrix as x is equal to A by E. Understood? So the total distance from M to M dash is, the total distance is A by E plus A by E. It is 2A by E. Okay? Yes. Using this, we can prove this question now. Now I am writing SP by PM. SP by PM is equal to eccentricity. Eccentricity means it is always a ratio between SP by PM. So here we have another one ratio, that also the same eccentricity, because we have two focus. Okay. So I am writing S dash P by PM dash. This is also eccentricity. And we can mention here S dash be the foci. Okay, and from this one you can write SP is equal to E into PM, and here we can write S dash P is equal to E into PM dash. Okay, so what is the difference between these two values? That is the difference between SP and S dash P. Okay. This symbol denotes the difference between these two values. Okay. It is nothing but E into PM and E into PM dash. See, I am writing E into PM and E into PM dash. So just to take E as common, so we can write E into PM difference PM dash. Okay. See in this diagram, what's the difference between PM and PM dash? See, PM dash denotes the total distance and PM is the second half. So the remaining is, the first half is, we can write M dash. From the total distance PM dash, if you subtract PM, you will have the remaining value M dash M, that we can write. That is E into M dash. And already I told you, the distance between M dash, here I written already, it is the distance between two directrices. It is 2A by E. So that this E get cancelled, we are getting 2A. This 2A is nothing but the length of the transverse axis. So here we can write, it is the length of transverse axis. So the difference between the two distance SP and S dash P is equal to 2A. Our next topic is parametric form of conics. So first we can see the parametric form of circle. So consider a circle with center at origin. Already you know the equation, that is in Cartesian form. This is x square plus y square is equal to a square. This form is known as Cartesian form. And we are going to learn the new form, parametric form. So in this form, we will write the equation for x coordinate and y coordinate separately. For x coordinate one equation, y coordinate another equation. See, in this Cartesian form, this is Cartesian form. Here we have the xy value together. In parametric form, we are going to write it separately. Okay. So for this, in this equation, we are going to use a parameter theta. See, consider a point P anywhere on the circle, and using this theta and the radius A, we are going to write the parametric equation. So x is equal to A cos theta and y is equal to A sin theta. Understood? See how we are getting this? Consider this circle with center at origin, and here I am drawing this OP as a radius, and consider another perpendicular line. It is PM. So PM is perpendicular to x axis. Okay. Now in this right triangle, we have OPM. That is the name of the triangle. In this triangle, if you are marking the point P as x comma y, means x is this length. Okay. And y is the vertical distance. This length is x and the vertical distance is y. And we can mark this angle as theta. Okay. Now in this right triangle, what is sine theta? Sine theta means it is opposite by hypotenuse. So the opposite side is nothing but PM and the hypotenuse is OP. So I am writing PM by OP. So sine theta is equal to PM. That is your y value, and OP, that is a radius A. Okay. Just do the cross multiplication. We can write A sin theta is equal to y. So we can write y value as A sin theta. Okay. Similarly, for x, how you will write? Consider cos theta. Cos theta means adjacent by hypotenuse. Which is adjacent side? OM is the adjacent side. So we can write OM by hypotenuse is OP, and it is x divided by A. Just do the cross multiplication. You will get x is equal to A cos theta. So these two are known as the parametric form of circle. Okay. Suppose when you are taking another point P is here, then the theta value will change. Okay. So the theta values change means you will get different value for x and y. Using this parametric form, we can find all the points on the circle, because we can find x value using this theta and radius. If you know the value of theta and radius, we can find all the points on this circle. Okay. When the theta values varies, the point also will vary. Okay. Radius is always constant in the circle, but the theta value will differs at each point. Here you can see the parametric form of circle, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. So in blue color I written Cartesian form. That is circle Cartesian form is x square plus y square is equal to a square, and its parametric form is x is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to a sin theta, and parabola is y square is equal to 4ax is the Cartesian form, and its parametric form is x is equal to at square, y is equal to 2at, where t is equal to tan theta by 2. So you should calculate t value first using theta, tan theta by 2. After that they are applying here. Okay. So just by heart this one. And ellipse. The Cartesian form is x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, and its parametric form is x is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to b sin theta. Hyperbola, the Cartesian form x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1, and its parametric form is x is equal to a secant theta and y is equal to b tan theta. See, in this equation, the circle and ellipse, at most they are same. X is equal to a cos theta and y is equal to a sin theta in circle, but b sin theta in ellipse. Okay, so only these two difference between circle and ellipse. In circle already we learnt about the tangent and normals. Okay, now we can see the tangent equation and normal equation for parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. There we learnt in circle, just replace x square term as x1, y square term as y1, x term as x plus x1 by 2, y term as y plus y1 by 2. Constant keep as it is. Like that we learned for equation of tangent. So for parabola, ellipse and hyperbola also you can do the same step if they are given the equation of the curve, like y square is equal to 4x and the point of contact. If they are given the equation and point of contact, we can apply this. Okay, how you will write the tangent equation? See, one example I will show you. That is, tangent equation is y square, we can replace it as y1. 4 into x should be replaced by x plus x1 by 2. So it becomes y1 is equal to 2 into x plus x1. So in this x1, y1 we should substitute the point of contact. So y into y1, y1 is 2 is equal to 2 into x plus x1, that is 1. 2 get cancelled. We have y is equal to x plus 1 and x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 is the equation of tangent. See, like this also we can find. Okay, here you can see equation of tangent and normal in parametric form. Cartesian form we can use a shortcut. Parametric form you should by heart. For the parabola, the tangent equation is yt is equal to x plus at square and normal equation is y plus xt is equal to at cube plus 2at. In ellipse, the tangent equation is x by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equal to 1 and the normal equation is ax by cos theta minus by by sin theta is equal to a square minus b square. See, in tangent equation ellipse we have x by a cos theta. The coefficient of x is cos theta by a. But in normal equation the coefficient you can verify a by cos theta. Okay, and right side a square minus b square. Similarly, the equation of tangent to the hyperbola is x by a secant theta minus y by b tan theta is equal to 1. And here the normal equation ax by secant theta plus by by tan theta is equal to a square plus b square. Condition for the line y is equal to mx plus c to be a tangent to the conic. Consider this example. They are given one parabola and one tangent line. Okay, so we can consider the equation of tangent as y is equal to mx plus c, that is the equation of straight line, and the parabola is y square is equal to 4ax. We have to verify whether this line is a tangent line or not. Okay, for that we have to check this condition. Just choose the constant a from the curve and also m and c from the tangent line, that is from the given line. Then check this condition, c is equal to a by m. Suppose both are equal, your c value is equal to a by m means we can say that the given line, the given equation represent the tangent to the parabola. Understood? So to check whether the tangent line or not, we can use this condition. Okay, suppose this curve is an ellipse. Okay, and they are given a tangent line, y is equal to mx plus c means, and the equation of ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. We can check the another condition for ellipse. It is c square is equal to a square m square plus b square. Understood? C square is equal to a square m square plus b square. If these two values are equal, we can say that the given line is a tangent line to the ellipse. Similarly, for the hyperbola we have c square is equal to a square m square minus b square. If this equal means we can say that the given line is a tangent to the hyperbola. Okay. So to check whether the given line is a tangent line, we can make use of these three conditions. Also using this M, C, A, B values, we can find the point of contact of tangent. See, we can find this point. For parabola, it is a by m square comma 2a by m. And for the ellipse, it is minus a square m by c comma b square by c. Okay, to find the point of contact, we can use the same values of a, b and m, c. And for the hyperbola, the point of contact becomes minus a square m by c comma minus b square by c. Okay, these two are same, only the sign of b square by c is negative in hyperbola. Okay, for the conic parabola, condition for tangent line is c is equal to a by m and the point of contact is a by m square and 2a by m, and the equation of tangent, it is already you know y is equal to mx plus c. So in the place of c, we substitute the value of c as a by m. Similarly for ellipse, the condition is c square is equal to a square m square plus b square, and the point of contact is minus a square m by c comma b square by c. Then the equation of tangent, y is equal to mx plus or minus root of a square m square plus b square. And for the hyperbola, the condition for the tangent line is c square is equal to a square m square minus b square. Then the point of contact minus a square m by c comma minus b square by c. And the equation of tangent is y is equal to mx plus or minus square root of a square m square minus b square. So these are all you should make thorough before learning exercise 5.4.